Hey everyone, it's Hydro Pump here, and today we got a wind-up format tournament. We got so technically this was round three, and I recorded my round four match as round three. My match against Murray he was playing Gladiator Beast. That was actually round four, so we were both technically 3-0 at that point. But sorry for spoilers, but I'm playing against this. So my actual round three was playing against this deck here. This is some crazy like FTK deck. I saw it before. I had to play against him. So I kind of had an idea. If I didn't watch or didn't get to see the gameplay of this deck, I probably wouldn't know what's going on. But anyways, got a pretty good hand here. We got double Reckless Greed. I don't know if I go dealings here. I don't know. I think I probably just said yeah. So I knew he was playing like this deck here, so I just didn't want dealing to give him something free. Um, his hand isn't looking too live right now. He has Destiny Draw and Heavy, so he might just Heavy here and card. Alright, so yeah, this deck's just gonna look really weird at first. He goes Heavy, just so he gets card um, can walk, so I get a lot of good value out of that. So he passes. I don't draw because of Reckless Greed. I think I just OTK here, if I'm not mistaken. Just have like a lot of gas, so it's gonna be pretty easy to get through all this. And he has no back row. Now I was just getting rid of 1 day apiece just so he doesn't really buy himself another turn. And we're just going draw shenanigans. And that is enough for game, I believe. Alright, so that was game one. He didn't really get to do a whole lot. This is game two. So pretty much what his deck does is sets up Fusion Gate and Chain Material and just banishes a bunch of stuff from his deck. Summons all these big monsters, and he's able to make like some guys that burn and do a lot of damage, and then he makes the rank 10 that burn through for 2k as well. So that's pretty much the idea of the deck. But the problem with the deck is that like it needs a setup. So it just needs a turn up setup, which he has a setup here. He's Fusion Gate and Chain Material. So if like I think I Heavy Storm here just so, because I kind of know that's the win con there. So I was like, well, I have to Heavy Storm just to get rid of that Chain Material if he has it. And I just pass. There's no real point in putting gates out because of Fusion Gate, and then yeah, I don't have a whole lot else going on. Now, some of the beige here, still, just because like I want to get a Fiend Engrave if possible, just to get these guys online. And again, just holding the gates just so I can get rid of a Fusion Gate if I need to, and there's no real reason. Actually, it's more so that I don't lose the gates, because then you can still like play field spells over other people's field spells. So he kind of goes over for like a desperation play, Destiny and Dragoon. Pretty much, it's kind of a funny card. But this guy also burns, so there's a lot of burn cards in this deck once he's able to go into the extra deck. So this card's it's actually kind of a problem because he has 3,000 defense and Graph only has 3,000 attack with gates. So I mean, I can draw in the Graph and pop it, but I just need a way to clear it. So MST that, it was MST, so that was a good hit. Get rid of his Fusion Gate, now I can do gates. I think I'm just digging at this point. I'm just trying to draw something because yeah, I don't really have anything going on. Now, normally tour guide wouldn't be too great, but I had a card in my extra deck, which I'll talk about here in a second. Now, I always had this card in my extra deck back in the day during like this format, just in case they ever came up, it really never came up. Just because there's not a lot of big monsters in this format that Graphic can't get over. But Bruiser Rhythm is really cool in this deck. Probably the only deck you'll ever see him played in. Just because he can double his attack, but if you have gates, he goes up to 3600. So if there's ever a cheese moment where it's like, man, I just need to get that extra bit of damage in for game or something, then Bruiser Rhythm would be really good for that in this deck, because he just gets 600 more attack for no reason, because he's a fiend. But in this case, he's really good. Now, actually, funny enough, Giga Brilliant would also work, but it's actually technically less damage, I believe. And he had the Swift Scarecrow, which was a little unfortunate. I don't think I didn't know you had that. So, and then this guy gets to reborn himself. Let's just read over his effect, because it's actually pretty relevant. So pretty much, you can target a monster, destroy, and inflict damage, but you can't attack, or you can't activate your battle phase, which this deck doesn't really care about, because it just burns you to death. And during the standby phase, you can banish a Destiny Hero from your grave, special summon this. So again, he could pop Bruiser Rhythm, burn me, and then I'm just kind of stuck again. But luckily, he goes Heavy Storm first. Try to clear the back row. And I'm going to get Stardust out, and now he can't do the pop effect, and Bruiser Rhythm's just going to be game. Because, he has nothing to stop him from attacking again, which is hilarious. So this card was pretty good here. I guess Giga Brilliant would also work in this scenario, but, Bruiser Rhythm was much cooler. Anyways, this deck was actually pretty cool. A little surprised it didn't top. I don't think it topped. But yeah, it was a pretty neat deck to bring out in this tournament. So anyways, that's this round. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.